Crafty Clan, Etsy have just made changes to their star seller policy, so I thought we'd go over that right now. Some of them you're going to like, some of them probably not so much, but it just popped up today. Thank you to lovely Jan for telling me about this. I'd missed it. So yeah, let's actually dive into this and see what it is. So it's in the forums. Yeah, and here it is. It's a post, star seller updates for October. So let's have a look. And it's from the lovely Fido's Flowers. She is absolutely lovely. So don't hate on any of the Etsy staff. Okay, so star seller updates for October. Hi sellers, we wanted to share some updates we're making to the star seller based on your feedback. And this is good. This is one thing that people have mentioned. You know, you've been filling in the surveys and stuff. So you gave them feedback and they are listening. Okay, might not be happy with everything, but if you've got some genuine concerns, email them. And if enough people have the same problem, then they are going to make changes. So firstly, we're making some changes to give sellers even more ways to become star sellers. Sounds good. Then we wanted to share some ways we're putting star sellers in the spotlight. Read on to learn more. Okay, so first bit, yeah, this is good. So now sellers with no new messages during the review period are eligible for star sellers. And this is fair enough. Quite a lot of people were saying this. You have to have 90%, 95% responding in the first 24 hours. But if you didn't get any messages, then you couldn't get the criteria and you couldn't get the star seller badge. So now if you don't get any messages in that time period for the star seller, because some people don't, it depends what you make. As most of my work is custom, every sale pretty much I have to have a bit of back and forth with the customer, but some people it's just buy digital download, don't even speak to the customer quite a lot. So yeah, that was something that people were struggling with. So good news, we're adjusting the message response rate criteria so that sellers who don't receive any new messages during the review period will be eligible to earn a star seller badge. Going forwards, so now it says going forwards. So it's saying for the review period, does that mean they've changed it so from today forwards if you don't get a message, or does it mean from today for the past 3 months if you don't get a message? We'll find out. Guys, if you can let me know if this has affected you and which way it is. Going forwards, there's a bit of a loophole. Anyway, going forward, sellers who don't receive any new messages during the review period but still meet the shipping and 5-star review criteria of 95% or more will still be recognized for their amazing customer experience and be eligible to receive a star seller badge. In addition, we'll be updating the way we describe the response rate criteria to buyers so they understand the criteria we look at when we award seller badges. So there's going to be some changes in your star seller dashboard. Keep in mind with all that these updates, my computer's making noises at me. Keep in mind with all these updates, it's still important to respond to your customers quickly if you'd like to become a star seller. Any new messages you receive will count towards your message response rate. Any new messages, I will say, apart from, I think they're now saying, I read yesterday, if it comes from Etsy, it doesn't count, or if you spam it, or if it's a message that you instigated, or if it's a reply to something that you've already replied to. So it's not every single message. It's only if it's a new message instigated by the customer you have to reply. Okay, so that's the no new messages. That's a kind of cool thing. Hopefully that'll help a few people who don't get a lot of messages. You still have to meet the criteria for having the number of sales. So it won't really help the really tiny shops that haven't had a lot of sales yet. And now this is the bit I know some of you are going to be pretty mad about, promoting star sellers to buyers. Star sellers have an increased chance of getting featured on Etsy. And we recently highlighted some of, oh, my computer's making lots of binging noises. Hopefully you can't hear that. You probably can. We recently highlighted some of October's star sellers in emails to buyers on social media and on Etsy.com. Plus, star seller. Well, let's cover that bit before I go into the next bit. So, we knew this was going to happen in some of the mail outs, in some of the places where they feature people, they're going to feature some star sellers. That makes sense. But the thing is, you're not really missing out if you're not a star seller, because out of all the giant pool of people who are actually star sellers, only a few of them will be the chosen few. So yeah, none of us should be using our sales strategy on getting featured by Etsy, because it's such a small likelihood of getting featured. So that's not a big deal. It's nice for the people that it happens to, and it's not only star sellers that are being featured, it's just they're showing off some star sellers. You would still have to have really exceptionally pretty listings that fit in with whatever they're wanting to showcase at that point in time. So, plus, star seller badges are now visible in search results. We knew this was coming. In fact, we've actually seen it a bit. This is not saying, because people have been freaking out with this. This is not saying if you're a star seller, you get a boost in search. That is not happening. They're just saying the star seller badge is visible in search. And have you looked on some of the search result pages? It is literally, you get a badge, you get a badge, you get a badge, free shipping, star seller, top shop for gifts. So many badges. It's just got to. Honestly, I don't think buyers are really going to pay a whole lot of attention to it, because there's just too much. Everybody's got something and it's meaningless. Most buyers want to buy the thing that looks the best. Okay, if there was two identical listings, same price, same kind of thing that they really wanted, if one had the star seller, that might sway the click. But otherwise, if your stuff is original enough, yeah, a seller's not going to say, oh, I really love that thing, I want it so much, but no, I'm going to have this inferior product because they have a star seller badge. So yeah, don't worry about that. So the star seller badge are also visible in shops. We know that when you go to the person's shop, you'll see if they've got a star seller. And on the listings. So yeah, if people click through to the listing, they see it along with all of the other badges, making it easier for star sellers to be discovered by shoppers. I don't think you can filter for star seller yet, but I don't think. Look, don't worry about it. And they've done a link here. Here's a little featured area where you can meet some of the star sellers. Featured Etsy top sellers. Yeah, no. So that here we go. That's all for now. We're constantly on the lookout for your feedback to find ways to improve the Star Seller program. We'll be sure to let you know about any other changes to the Star Seller in the future. So there is what Etsy has done. Guys, let me know what you think. I am going to say I'm kind of, oh, the hair's doing, I got caught in the rain, don't ask. I'm going to say it's kind of good, it's kind of bad. That's about all I can say. It's nothing to worry about. I'm happy for the people that don't get lots of messages, then it's suddenly become easier for them. That is perfectly fine. I do worry. Etsy brought out the star seller thing supposedly for, the creme de la creme, the best of the best. But then everybody's going, I can't get it, I can't get it, I can't get it. So they're watering it down until star seller is going to be a minimum requirement. Star seller is going to be just good enough. So it's going to be pointless and it will get removed. Pam predictions. Yeah, so diluting it's good, it helps people get their badge, but don't worry about the badge. It's not that big a deal, in my opinion. But I would love to keep the conversation going with hearing what you think about all of this. I do think, yes, featuring the badge on the search page. I have seen this one. This is, although it's in the announcement, this has been happening for a little while. I know people are freaking out a bit about it, but it's not going to make that much of a difference. Don't worry about it. When it comes to it, if they ever say it affects your placement in search, then I might be a bit worried, but I don't think that's going to be the case. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. There have been a couple of extra announcements in the past couple of weeks, so keep your eye out. Don't subscribe to this channel because I'm going to drop a couple more videos talking about these things this week. I just got a little behind with stuff last week, but yeah, let me know what you think. Have a great evening. Thank you so much for joining me.